All right, let's crush a Sudoku. This is called Well-Rounded Breakfast by Katie Splendor and Little Splendor. So normal Sudoku rules apply. We got the digits 1 through 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. We got Renban lines. So the purple Renban lines form a set of consecutive numbers in any order. So like these could be the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, or any consecutive numbers, but they don't have to be in order. So it could go like 2, 3, 1, 4, or something like that. They have to be 4 consecutive digits on that line. German whispers are the green lines, and every adjacent value on this differs by at least 5. So if this was a 2, this number would have to be at least a 7. So it could be like 8 or 9, at least 5 away from 2. And then if this was an 8, say, then this would have to be 5 away from 8, so it could be a 1, 2, or 3. Region sum lines are the blue ones. So what these do is that these two cells have to add to the same number as these 3 cells because they're separated by a box border. So same thing with these 3 cells and these 3 cells because they are separated by a box border. They're in 2 different boxes. All right, then we got ratio crop key dots. So digits separated by a black crop key dot have a ratio of 1 to 2. So right here, these two values, these two cells have to have numbers that are in a 1 to 2 ratio, like 2, 4, 3, 6, something like that. And then we got XV sums. So any two cells with an X in the middle of them have to add to 10. And then anything with a V between them have to add to 5. No negative constraints, so that means that there could be some cells that sum to 5 or 10 in the puzzle, but there isn't an X or a V. All right, so a few things I'm seeing right off the bat. So these 2 cells have to add to 5, so they're from 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're either 1, 4 or 2, 3. And this one is on a green line. And the cool thing about green lines is that they bounce back and forth between low values and high values. So since this one has to be a low value, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all low values. 5 is right in the middle, and 5 actually can't go on a green line because if you put a 5 on a green line, then you don't have a number to put next to it because you can't put a 0 or a 10 in a Sudoku puzzle. So since this is a 1, 2, 3, or 4, I'm going to color this blue for a low digit. Then all of these have to be high digits because this one is low. So you have to go from a low digit. Even if I put a 1 in here, I can't put another low digit in here. I have to put at least 6 in the cell here. And then so these are next to the orange ones, so they're going to have to be blue, be low digits. And then these are all going to be high. So interesting little pinwheel action kind of happening out from the center there. And I'm also seeing that since we have 4 different high digits in the box, they're going to have to be the numbers 6, 7, 8, and 9. And since we have to put 6 in one of these boxes, the only number that's 5 away from 6 is 1. So this number has to be a 1. Since this has to add to 5, this has to be a 4. Since this is in a 1 to 2 ratio with a 1, this has to be a 2. The mix of these two numbers, 3 and 5. We've got ourselves a decent little start here in the center box. Okay, so 7 and 9 definitely can't go on a black dot. 6 can't go on a black dot consecutively. 6 could go here, and then we would put a 3 here, but then we don't have a number to put here. So this actually has to be an 8. And then this is going to have to go to 4 and then go down to 2 to be in a 1 to 2 ratio for all of these cells. So we're cutting 8 in half, making 4, cutting 4 in half, making 2. So this one can't be an 8. I guess none of these could be an 8 anymore. Okay, that's cool. So these right here, when you have 3 dots in a row like this, these have to be the numbers 1, 2, 4, and 8 because those are the only numbers that kind of double sequentially like that. And since we have to be in a 1 to 2 ratio, these have to do this, and then 2 and 4 have to go in the middle. So this could go low to high, this could go 1 to 8, or it could go 1 to 8 in this direction, but either way, the 2 and the 4 end up here, and the 1 and the 8 end up on the ends. So these are not 1 and 8. These are not 2 and 4. So I'm seeing that this is a high digit, and this adds to 10 with it. So both of these are going to be low digits. I can color that, because to add to 10, you need a high digit and a low digit. And so if one of these is high, the other one has to be low. Got a 2 here, so 2 has to go up here. I'm seeing that 2 can't go here. So one of these two is a 2. Oh, this is okay. So I'm seeing the same thing is happening with 4. So this is actually a 2-4 pair right here. So this is a low digit, and it can't be a 2, and it actually can't be a 4 either, because 4 isn't 5 away from 8. So this is either a 1 or a 3. If it was a 3, this would have to be a 9. It's definitely either a 6, 7, or 9. So that makes this a 4, 3, or 1 to add up to 10. Okay, so we got a 2 and a 4 in this box. So this has to be a 3 or a 1, which isn't super limiting. Seems like the region sums have to stay kind of low for this ring. So like there's 4 different pieces that all add up to the same total. And I'm seeing that the highest these two cells can add up to is 7. So then this number can definitely be pretty high, but these two numbers are low. And it looks like these two numbers are low as well. Okay, 2 and 4 are looking at this one as well. So this is either a 1 or a 3. This is a 6, 7, or 9. Okay, perfect, and it's on a black dot. So this is either a 6, 7, or 9, and 7 and 9 can't go on a black dot. So this is a 6, which actually makes this a 1, makes this a 3 because it's on the black dot. That's the 2-to-1 ratio. This is not a 6. Okay, so that is giving us a digit on this pink line. Seeing it can't go down as low as 3. Oh, and this is a 2-4 pair, so it can't go down as low as 4. So this pink line, oh, but it goes outside the box. So, oh, okay, well 4 can't be on it, because 4, yeah, okay, so 4 can't be on this line. So the lowest this can possibly go is 5. And 8 has to be on it, but it can't, right? Yeah, so the lowest this can go is 5, and there's 4 numbers on the line. So we need 4 sequential numbers, and then the lowest I can go is 5. So I'm going to have to go up to at least 8 to get 4 numbers in, because if I go 5, 6, 7, I have to get to 8. And 8 can't go in this box, so 8 has to go here on the line. And then these two digits could go down to 5 or could go up to 9. So these are from 5, 7, 9. One of these two has to be an 8. Definitely seems like this could be an 8, but I don't know yet. Oh, there's a 1 here. Okay, so this is an 8. This is a 1. I have most of the numbers in this box. So then the remaining numbers are 5, 7, 9. Which is actually going to make a 5, 7, 9 triple in the column, interestingly enough. Alright, this can't be a 1 anymore. Which means this can't be a 9 to add a 10. Which means this can't be a 3, because 6 and 7 are both not 5 away from 3. So this is a 1. Meaning this could still be a 6 or a 7. Alright, so this as a low digit has to be a 1, 2, or 3. It can't be a 4 for a couple different reasons, but I think this could be any high digit, except it's on a black dot, so it can't be a 7 or a 9. So this is either a 6 or an 8, and it can't be an 8, because then this would, no, it can't be, wait. It can't be a 6, actually. Wild, so this is an 8. It can't be so this has to be a 6, 7, 8, or 9 to be a high digit on the green line. But 7 and 9 can't go on a black dot, and 6 can't go here because I would have to put a 4 here to add up to 10, and there's already a 4 here. So this is an 8, actually. This is an 8, and then on a black dot, that's a 4, and then to add a 10, this is a 2. This is not a 2. Okay. So 8's got to go on one of these two. Okay, 2 can't go on here, which limits this quite a bit. This is either 4, 8, or 3, 6. And 4 can't go on this one. So this is either 1, 2, or 3, 6. And if it was 1, 2, so this is actually pretty limited. So this is either 1, 2, or 3, 6, because 4 can't go on it. And then this can't be a 2, which means this can't be the 1. And then what did I say? So yeah, one of these two black dots is probably going to be 3, 6, right? So this is either 4, 8, I guess, or 3, 6. It could go either way. And yeah, I guess this could go 4, 8, and 1, 2. It doesn't have to. There doesn't have to be 3, 6 on one of those. All right, 4 can't go on this one. So this is either 1, 2, or 3, 6. It could still be either one. So one of these two has to be a 6. She's going to force a 1 in one of these. 1 actually only has 2 spots to go in the row. It's here, here. Oh, the 4 does this. Is this going to give me something? We got 2 here, 4 here. No, it doesn't do anything at all. Okay. All right, I'm seeing that 1 has to go in one of these. So the numbers that we have left in the column are 1, 2, 3, 6. Oh, so 2 can't go here either. So this is either a 3 or a 6. This could be a 1, 2, 3, or a 6. No, there's a 2 here. So this is either a 1, a 3, or a 6. So 2 has to go on here. Yeah, so this is 1, 2. Now 2 is forced onto the black dot, which means that this is 1, 2, which means that this is 3, 6. It's paired off with this right here. Oh, and these add to 12. I'm seeing. Okay, so the region sum line, we got 2 cells that add to 12 there that have to add to the same as these 3 cells. So this is a 9. So now these 2 cells are 6 and 7 to be consecutive with 8 and 9, which then makes this a 3, makes this not 3, 6. That's 3 in the corner, that's 3 in the spotlight, dude. All right. This is 4, 8 now. This is not a 3 or a 6, so this is a 1, which makes this a 2, which makes this a 1, which makes this a 2. Okay, things are happening, dude. Things are definitely happening. This is a 6. This is a 3. This is a 5. This is not a 5. We have a 6, 7, 9 triple now, so this is 8, 1, which oh, so this is the 8, because that's a high digit. So this is a 1. This has to be a 9 because that's a 3 to be 5 away from 3. So now, okay, 7, 9 pair. This is a 3. This is a 5, 7, or 9. 5, 6, 7, 9 left in the old box here. 5, 6, 7, 9. Have I figured out the sum yet for these? Okay, so this is 3, 4. This is 1, 2. So there's definitely like a pretty substantial difference. Can this be a 5? Definitely not. Because if this is a 5, this adds up to 8, and this can't be a 1. So this can't be a 5. It might not be able to be a 7 either, honestly. This is a 7. These add up to 10. And that would make this a 3. So this is a 9. And our total for our region sum is 12 all the way around this ring. So this is a 7 to add to, no, it's a 5 to add to 12. So this is not a 5. These are from 6, 7. Yeah, these are just 6, 7. So that makes this a 9. All right, can I do anything else with the region sums? I don't think so yet. This can't be a 9. Oh, this can't be a 9, so this is a 7. Which makes this a 9. Uh-oh. What did I do wrong? How did this 9 get here? I didn't have a 9 to put in the box. How did I get a 9 there? What is this supposed to... This has to be a 9 if this is a 3. Something went wrong here. Did I have another number in here? Yeah, so I had a 6 here. So I put a 9 here, and I think I took the 9 out of the box rather than taking the 6 out. This is supposed to be a 9. This is a 6, which is actually going to make this a 1. I don't know if I had that before. But I think this is probably working the same way. This has to be a 9 to make this 12, because the other numbers don't work here. So this is definitely a 9. This is a 5, I was saying. 3, 4, 5 adds up to 12. This is a 7. This is a 3. This is a 7. This is a 9. No, this is a 5. These are not 5. These 2 digits. 6 and 7. Yep, I had that before, so this is a 9. Okay, so I can't put 9 on here anymore. So I definitely need, these 3 digits have to be 5, 6, and 7 and be consecutive with 8. One of these has to be a 5. Oh, 8 does this as a 4. This is an 8. This digit should be a parent. It's a 5. These 2 digits are 5 and 8. This one's an 8. This is a 5. This is either a 6 or a 7. 2, 3, 4 here, I think. In the column. I don't think I'm going to be able to figure out anything with the region sum here. This digit's probably pretty limited though, because this has to be a 6 or a 7. I guess it's not that limited. So my total options for the blue line are 15 or 16. The highest I can make this is 7. I think that actually is super. I think this does probably have to be 3, 4. Because okay, maybe yeah. Probably the way to think about it is what's the lowest that I can make this. The lowest I can make this is 15. So if I make this 3, 4, that allows me to put an 8 or a 9 here. I can't put an 8 here, but I think there is a little leeway there. Because if I put a 9 here, then I can add up to 15 with 2, 4. Can I put anything other than a 9 here? Because I can't put an 8 here. Can I put a 7 here? If I put a 7 here, no, I can't add up to 15. 7 plus 7 isn't 15. So this number has to be a 9. It can't be anything lower than a 9. Because so I'll run through that one more time. So that, I mean, if I try to put, I can't put an 8 here. If I try to put a 7 here, the highest thing I can add up to with a 3 and a 4 is 14, and these have to add up to at least 15. So this has to be a 9 to be high enough to add up to whatever this is. And now it could be 15 or 16. So these could add up to 6 or 7. But either way, there's a 4 on there. So this is not a 4. But I think either one of these numbers is still possible. So these are definitely from 3, 4, 6, 7, right? 3, 4, 6, 7. This one can't be a 4. Not super helpful there, but all right. These two digits, 3 and 5. 3 digits left in the column here. They are 3, 5, 9. Which actually is helpful because 3 has to go in one of those cells. So this is a 4, which adds to 10 with 6. So now 6 and 9 are both on this line. So yeah, the 9 being on it, this has to be 7, 8. Oh, this can't be a 9. So now I have a 3, 5 pair, which makes this a 2, which is actually going to do this as 3, 4, which makes this a 7. Means these are not 7. And this one can't be a 5, so it is a 6. This is a 5. These digits are 3, 7, 9. This one's a 9. These are 3, 7, and I think that's undecided, unfortunately. But that makes this a 6. Oh, this has been a 6 for a minute. These two digits are 1 and 9, I think. Oh, there's a 9 here, so this is not 1 and 9. 1 and what? 1 and 5. Glad I caught that. All right, what are the numbers left in this column? 7, 8, and 6. So this is a 6. These are 7, 8. Oh, none of these can be 6 or 4. So that's a 3, 7 pair. We have 2 3, 7 pairs here. So this is a 6, which makes this a 7, which makes this a 6. What are these two numbers? 4 and 9. This is a 4. This is a 9. Reading some line is doing 12, right? So this is a 7. This is a 3. This is a 7. This is a 3. Oh, okay. How long has this 8 and this 1 been here? So this has to be a 4. This has to be a 2. And that's going to do this. 3, 4. That didn't do this, huh? This isn't a 3. Come on, I thought that was going to finish this off. Okay, there's a 1 looking at this. This is a 5. This is a 1. This is a 9. Is that really not going to do this? 3, 5, 3, 5. Okay, 7, 9 does this as a 7. 9. This is a 2, it looks like. Is this 7, 8? Huh, okay, so it must be the region sum line that straightens this out. So that's a 7 or an 8. A 3, 5, and then these have to add up to 10. Yeah, so I probably have to minimize this, right? So 13, and then I make 13 by doing 8 and 5. Yeah, so I minimize this as a 3, and then maximize these, and that works. So this is a 3, this is a 5, this is an 8, this is a 7, this is an 8, this is a 7, this is a 3, this is a 5, and that's a pause, doggy. That's a pause, doggy. There it is. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.